Saints Nation, welcome to the TESPA Call of Duty playoffs. We've been waiting all season for this, and we have possibly a very long night ahead of us with back-to-back Call of Duty action. And we're starting things off, of course, with St. Clair College versus Bethany College. Of course, my name is Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danner. Is going to be one of your hosts here today, but alongside me, Jackson Brown. Deprive, how are you doing? You excited for these playoffs?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good long night ahead of us here. Lots of COD coming your guys' way, and I'm just excited to get this night started, to be honest. I mean, we're gonna have a good close matchup right off the hop of things against Bethany College. I mean, this is the 8 and 9 seed going at it, so this is gonna be like on paper. I mean, these teams are pretty much equal to each other, I'd say right now.
Basically as close as it can get. Of course, if you want to follow along and make your own predictions in the playoffs for tonight's action, exclamation mark bracket in the Twitch chat will bring up the game battles bracket. You'll see the playoffs, you'll see the seeding, and you could make your own predictions as to how this night will go. I know personally I'm looking forward to this one. Sure, Saints barely ahead in regards to the seeding this time by, but 8 and 9 with Bethany is stupid close, and it's going to be an entertaining one. Nonetheless, they're actually asking me right now if we're ready to get on in, so they're not wanting to waste any time. They're all warmed up and will be loading in momentarily. But one thing of news for the side of the St. Clair squad is a substitution was actually made on the roster for tonight's action. Pressa has been subbed out as Swizz is going to be taking his place here today. And it's the first time, I know personally, I get to see Swizz in action. With a substitution at such a critical moment, do you think that it's going to throw the Saints off, or should they be able to pick up where they left off?
I believe it'll throw a small wrench in the plan of things. Like, they should be able to be adaptable enough that they should be able to fit them in fine, and everything should work out for them still. It shouldn't change a whole lot. One thing that worries me is going to be St. Clair College's search and destroy game going in with Swizz. We haven't seen them play search and destroy. I mean, no press is one of those heavy hitters in search and destroy. So that's going to be interesting to see how things turn out. I mean, Press has been proving time and time again that he can dominate in search and destroy, and let's see if Swizz can pick that up from Pressa and able to carry it on through this game.
There's definitely a couple times, absolutely, where you're saying, Presso, he would get the final shots necessary to clean up the round, pop off with a 2K or higher, and yeah, Swizz is definitely going to have some shoes to fill, but shall be interesting to see how that goes out. I'm sure Coach Dawson, of course, aka Lavelle, wouldn't have put him in this position if he didn't feel confident in Swizz. And one other thing to note here for these TESPA Call of Duty playoffs, this entire season as of right now has all been best of 3. Not any longer. All these playoffs matches are going to be best of 5, and we're going to be having a hard point and search and destroy twice if it goes into a game 5 scenario. Now, domination only being there for game number 3. So hopefully these teams have those game modes on lock. And without further ado, the game is underway. We're loading in right here, right now. The first game of the TESPA playoffs. Let's hit it.
Yes, exactly. And you're going to see St. Clair College here starting on the side where it's going to be a little bit harder for them to start on because they're going to have to rotate over, take those spawns from Bethany College. And, I mean, that's going to make things a little more difficult on them, having to rotate right away. Priestley opening it up with 2, and Saucy finding 2 as well. They are showing that they are here to play. You're going to see a couple of the other Bethany College players actually playing a little bit more behind, letting St. Clair get this time a little bit, because they cannot afford to lose these spawns. You can't afford to lose this half a minute on this first hill and then lose a spawn. So, I mean, if they're going to lose this first hill, they're just got to make sure they get the second, and that's what they're looking to do. But Priestley is coming off swinging. 5-1 and 5 with the pistol. He almost gets 6, and Priestley going off right now.
Well, that's one way to hold the point. Granted, we're still 20 seconds left to this point. We do see a slightly under contest. If Caster will let me take a look and see what's going on here. But in the building, that is going to be Swizz actually holding the fort there. Has been able to hang on for at least the first little bit. Anytime someone tries to contest, he's there to instantly get the refrag, but actually finally gets taken down. And now with there only being a few seconds left on this point, it's going to be time to shift over.
Yep, new point. St. Clair, great job on that first hill. They got 2/3 of the time on it. And now they're just going to do everything they can to break into this next one, you know, flash out just like he is doing so. Swizz looking to make an entry here, doesn't able to do it, and he is going to get picked off from the side of things. But, I mean, St. Clair, they're get the point cleared out now, and they're trying to do anything they can. They're really slowing down the push. Oh, and we got a knife fight there. That was Lavelle got lost with the knife. And, yeah, Saucy playing really well this game, too, already, and Priestley both showing they're slaying out for the team and allowing St. Clair to hop in that hill.
Almost had the opportunity to line them up there, but they are going to be taken down. Actually, a little bit of an opportunity here for Bethany College, although it is going to be held. Swizz coming in clutch so far is going to be taken down, but of course with 10 seconds left. The focus is on the transition now, and St. Clair, so far, so good, hanging on to this lead, 47-21.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to get 7 seconds on that second hill. It's tough to break it when you don't have any sort of map control over that hill to start things off. But needless to say, they did a pretty decent job holding them to only 21 points on that. Now, this is where you're going to need Saucy go big. Saucy's going to actually find one, almost finds two in Silo, but Priestley able to get the cleanup on some of those players. You're going to see a contest on the hill. There's a bunch of Bethany College players there. He's actually able to find, Swizz is able to find one and get the assist on another. And this is looking pretty decent for Swizz so far. He is 4-5, and he is playing the hill, it looks like, tonight for Hardpoint. So 41 seconds for him already in that hill. And, yeah, Loss actually going to be a suicide there for Loss. Hawk going to find Priestley, but Saucy and Corey is answering back. Corey's actually going to get a team kill onto Saucy. And, yeah, the point's still going to be contested here. And St. Clair doing anything they can to keep a hold of it. And they're holding on to their lead. And they do also have these spawns for next hill. So St. Clair should be taking a more dominant lead here going into this next hardpoint.
Man, I like what I'm seeing from Swizz so far in this game. He's been having like more defensive positionings more than anything, keeping an angle, just hanging on as people start running in, maybe being the last person alive to hang on to the last little bits of a hard point while the rest of St. Clair transition. And just being able to score a couple extra kills, couple extra points as well here on this hard point as we see Corey has found himself a double and is definitely also another big part of this St. Clair defense in the fact that they're so far ahead so far in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a great job here holding the hill. I mean, right now in this game, by just looking at it, I believe spawns are everything. That's what's controlling the hills and everything. The only thing that wasn't the case on was the Hardpoint 3, the one that we just got off of. That was more of a little bit of a fight for it. But these rotations are really controlling the whole game. And here you go, seeing Bethany College going to be the first ones on rotations for that next hill. So they're looking to make a little bit of comeback here after they're down 40. But they also are still getting the scraps on the old hill. So their points are still going up. It's going to get them a little bit less control over this next site. But needless to say, if they can just get these few crucial kills here, they're going to be good off and able to clean it up. And that's going to be 2 for St. Clair, but those are going to get either easily traded out from Bethany. And you're going to see the push here on Sandbags. And this is actually going to be from Priestley. Let's see if he can do anything. He finds one. Now they know where Priestley is. They're going to be looking for Priestley. They actually are able to get 2 and 3 in the back there. And that's actually going to be tags for Priestley. Priestley's actually going to find 2. Those are huge kills for Priestley. And this completely blows the hardpoint wide open. And now this is anybody's hill.
It definitely blown wide open. Granted, in the meantime, that took pretty long. So now Bethany College able to tie this up as they hang on to this point even further. St. Clair just having a hard time trying to get through. We do see Priestley finding himself a double, actually, and is going to be able to at least get these last couple seconds from this point, take a small lead. But the transition is right around the corner once again. They start moving forward. Of course, you were saying making sure that their spawns are on the right spot, being able to take advantage of something like that is definitely going to be huge as we move forward to this next one. Right dead center in the map. We do see Hawk right there and waiting on the side of Bethany College, but St. Clair ready to pursue.
Yeah, I believe St. Clair is not playing for the point as much on this rotation. They're more so playing for the spawns. But Bethany is actually able to pick up those spawns. It's going to be a good fight for them, though, however. As you see Saucy here breaking into enemy lines. Let's see if he can do any more. Actually, he will not be able to. He's going to fall to Symbolic. But just like that, I mean, St. Clair doing good work on this first hardpoint again. And that is going to be Swizz in the hill. He's going to actually get a minute now of hill time already into this game. So doing great work for St. Clair based on the objective side of things. And St. Clair just trying to continue, hold on to this lead. We got a really close game here opening up already.
Gosh, Dawson, a.k.a. Lavelle, threading the needle there. But barely getting past the shots from Priestley, but he's going to end up going down. A few seconds left here on this point. away from the middle and off to the top right, where once again Hawk ready and waiting. Saucy getting things started as the rest of the St. Clair squad pushing forward towards that point, getting peppered. Takeo going to take him down real quick, and Hawk finding some of these solid grenades to really stifle this attack on the side of St. Clair. Lavelle trying to get something started as well. The respawns, I guess, aren't terrible for St. Clair, but it's definitely in the advantage of Bethany right here, right now. Swizz trying to make something happen, finds one, but can he find himself another? That's going to be Priestley going down. Lavelle and Saucy trying to clean this up. They might be able to move forward onto the point. It's just a matter of dealing with Hawk and then the reinforcements. LOS right there as well. Lavelle just martyrdoming himself, essentially. They're just... you hate to see it, but 15 seconds left. A solid hold here for Bethany so far on this point.
Yeah, I mean, Bethany's looking to go up by 20 here after this hill, and it's this next point 3, is going to be huge for both sides, and it's looking like St. Clair wants the early break on it, but that's actually going to work out perfect for Lavelle as Skatu hops right in front of him, and let's give St. Clair control of the point now. The thing is here that they want to do is they want to hold this and hold the spawns. It's going to be quite tough, but definitely doable. You're going to see Corius MP finding 2 there with his M4, just like that, though he's going to fall, and so does Lavelle. So now you're just waiting here. Bethany College actually will take control of the point. St. Clair are going to try to break some stuff off of it there, but unable to do so. Actually, let me remind, Lavelle, Corey's, Priestley, and Saucy all finding 1. That's going to be Saucy finding another, and St. Clair going to have control of the site. Lavelle's going to get a little aggressive with his M4. He's going to find 1, back up, keep his life alive. And this is a good hold right now from St. Clair. I mean, they're making the comeback. They were down by 20, and now they're up by 10. And you see they're looking to rotate over already. The number 8, that's going to be lost that they're going to have a gunfight with here. They spot him out, though, so they know he's there. He's going to get cleaned up any second now. He will do so. And now it is all on St. Clair here now on this next point. And if you see it, Swizz is actually playing quite well. He may not have the numbers as the rest of the players have, but he does have that 1 minute 55 in Hill. And that is crucial for St. Clair. So let's just see if he can keep up the play here in this hardpoint game.
Absolutely. As time starts ticking down here, Sauce in a pretty decent position, able to just cut off that entire choke point, but is going to get lit up himself. There is backup, of course, from St. Clair. Swizz, of course, like you were saying, may not have the highest kill count here in this game, but he's staying relatively even, and for the most part, it's been very defensive, very, positionally based player. But unfortunately, getting himself caught out, Priestley going to fall as well. This point going to flip on over. St. Clair barely with the lead, but Bethany College in position to just tie this right back up once again. Considering the seeds, the fact that this is an 8 and 9 seed match, we were expecting a close one, and that is exactly what we're getting here for this very first game of this best of 5 neck and neck battle between these two colleges.
This next hill is really everything, and Bethany has control of it, so that's scary if you're St. Clair. You're really going to have to break through it and quick, because Bethany, if they can hold this and win, technically, but it's going to be really tough on them to do so. If St. Clair contests at all, then that will actually change things around a little bit. But needless to say, Bethany, this point could get them up to like 240, 245 to 210. So that's going to make them so close. It's going to be really tough on St. Clair. They can't give up any points after that. You got to make a good, strong, coordinated team push here and not keep pushing one by one. They are able to do that. They could actually clean it up, but it looks like Miyagi, Skatu, and Loss are just holding this with their life. Swizz kind of trying to find a couple, but he's only able to find 1. And just like that, Saucy going to find another one there, but Symbolic going to trade out on Lavelle. Priestley and Corey is going to get some kills there, and that's going to clear up the points. Bethany cannot win off this hill anymore, and big shout out to Corius and Saucy for cleaning off that one. They just got 5 down between the two of them. And now this game's like anywhere right now, to be honest. This game could go anyway. We're going back to the first hill. So this is where things are really going to get interesting. I love to see battles of the first hill. That nade is actually messed up for him, but he's going to be able to make it out and find a kill while doing so. But yeah, this is pretty interesting because you don't usually see games end on this first point, but here it is right now that you've proven that it's going to. And Bethany only needing 10 more. St. Clair only needing 30 more. This could go either way, but Bethany looking like they have control of it. Only 4 more points, and they're going to close this out. 3 points. Everyone from St. Clair needs to rush, and that is going to be game over. Bethany College takes map 1 and takes the series lead 1-0.
Was an extremely close one, but yeah, that last point there, it seemed like St. Clair could not find a way through it. Of course, Priestley going to find himself this play of the game. Of course, he was on an absolutely slaughtering spree here. Through the walls does not even matter. Just makes it work, but for St. Clair. Of course, they're going to fall for this very first game. Of course, best of 5 series, still plenty of action to go, but we're going to have to go to Search and Destroy to try and get this one fixed up. As we do see here on the players.
I mean,
Sawson's just looked absolutely insane as well. But sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say?
they outslayed Bethany. So that's what I'm talking about on the rotations. St. Clair, they won in the kill department, but lost in the objective department. And that's why hardpoint is really anyway. Like, usually if you outslay, you win. But, I mean, these rotations, it just shows how crucial they are in hardpoint. You can be playing better than the other team. You can be shooting better than the other team. Everything like those. Your shots could be better. Your shots could be more on. But in the end of the day, it all comes down to where that hill is, where your team is, where you're spawning, and that's going to be hard point. So that's just the way it works. And Bethany College is actually able to take it 1-0 to start, but we do have a best of 5 series. So, I mean, it could go either way. And St. Clair does look really strong in Search and Destroy. So I'm excited to see that next map come up. And that map is actually going to, the Search and Destroy map will actually be a Piccadilly S&D. So we haven't seen that from quite a bit in St. Clair, but those games are always crazy on Piccadilly. If you're experienced in watching St. Clair, if you watch them quite often, you're gonna know the Piccadilly is a fairly interesting map for them. And Lavelle, you're probably gonna see him bring out the sniper here on that map.
Now, what about, like, we only seen Piccadilly, I believe, once during the season overall, on one occasion, of course. Now, you said bring out the sniper. What about Piccadilly allows this? Of course, we've seen Lavelle pull it out on a couple different maps, kind of like a quarterback style or a comfort pick of his. But what about this map kind of supplements a playstyle like that?
So Piccadilly is really helpful for that due to the fact that there's long angles, and the long angles are right off the hop. So each team spawns in a long angle site right away. So all Dawson or Lavelle, all he has to do is run up about 10, 15 steps into the map, and he already has a great angle to get picks. And even if he doesn't get a pick, he's going to get the information on what bomb site, like how many people are at one bomb site. So It's really going to help. Even if you don't get the pick, you get the information. And it works on both sides of things. You can be on attack or defense, and it'll work just like that. So he's going to try to do that, I believe, tonight and open it up the game. Because if you start off a Search and Destroy round in a 5 versus 4 advantage, you're golden. Like, that is amazing to start off the round in, because it's just basic, it's way easier to win a 5 versus 5 than it is a 4 versus 5. So Lavelle going to be trying to get early first bloods. I mean, he proved that he was able to do it a couple weeks back around the beginning of the TESPA COD season. But let's see if he can continue to keep it up against Bethany College, a team that is very evenly matched with St. Clair. It might be a little bit tougher on him, but I think he'll be able to close it out still.
All right, as soon as I seen the game, it looks like I remember this map, and then, there must have been an error. So hang on a second. We're not quite starting just yet. I thought we were getting into it, but not quite yet. But now that I see it, okay, yeah, Piccadilly, the streets, definitely, I see what you're saying, that you spawn, and within a few steps, you're pretty much right in a prime position. There's a lot of open space in this map, which is kind of interesting to look at.
Yeah, you're going to see St. Clair hover over the A-bomb site a lot in this match.
Okay.
We saw from last time casting Piccadilly that they are very strong on the A-bomb site. I mean, sometimes teams split it up or something like that, right. But usually teams are stronger on a certain bomb site, and St. Clair's is definitely going to be the A-bomb site by a long shot. So I believe you're going to see a lot of A-bomb site gunfights, which is a little bit more of a closer angle. But Lavelle's going to be able to watch people go into that line of sight. So he's going to be able to say how many people are there. He's going to be able to peek from like the sides of the gunfights and try to find something from there. But I believe St. Clair will actually be able to close this one out on the Search and Destroy. And I really just think they have to win their crucial respawn matches. That's going to be your hard points and your dominations. And I mean, we guaranteed have a domination today because of the best of 5, which is nice to see, because I believe St. Clair is also a strong domination team. So I'm excited to see how this works out in the full best of 5 series. But just like that, we're 5 seconds away from starting off the Search and Destroy game here on Piccadilly. You're going to see Bethany College starting on the offense side of things. And just get underway. We got a 5v5 here off the start. You're going to see Bethany College. It looks like they're breaking the A-bomb site. That's going to be Swizz, and Corey is getting engagements right off the hop of things. And this is going to be Saucy trying to find something from the side. Unable to do so. Lost will find Swizz. But Lavelle getting an easy trade out onto Hawk. That bomb is down there. So nobody is... Like, that bomb is just sitting there. One of those Bethany College players is going to have to pick it up and plant it or just pick it up. But, yeah, 2v3 now in favor for Bethany after Lavelle just falls to Miyagi. And Saucy's the one who's in prime position here. I mean, he can just see this bomb. He can see when someone's going to pick it up. He can call it out to Priestley. And they really just have to push Saucy here. And Saucy... He's in a great position to get somebody off this bomb.
See Priestley moving forward, trying to get himself maybe a better angle, a little bit of extra cover. Sauce actually from the rooftops once again or from the building rather, going to find one more. 2v2 moving forward. First bomb down but not planted. Sauce going to get picked. It's going to be all on the shoulders of Priestley in this situation. With a few seconds forward, looks like LOS moves forward. It's not going to be a shot, or not going to be a kill rather, on the side of Priestley, but he's going to damn well try, but he does get shot. The crossfire from Bethany College going to secure that one.
Yeah, I really think Priestley was just trying to distract the players over there and let Saucy go to town from top red or top Nike. It really would have been a lot more beneficial to him that Saucy, cleans up a couple more of those kills there. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's only one round, and St. Clair can definitely come back. You're going to see them probably break towards the A side of things here now, I believe. Yeah, here's the sniper. He gets right into his angle. And there it is! Right through the smoke, and Lavelle is here to play. Let's see if he can find another here. I mean, that smoke, that was supposed to help Bethany. I think they could have watched Lavelle's VOD or something. No, he goes to town with it. But I think he's just got that timing down pat. He knows when players are going to be running through there, and he is able to answer to it. Now, a 4v5 in favor of St. Clair. This is the advantage we were talking about right at the beginning. I mean, such a strong advantage to have. Lavelle going to find another one, actually, as Swizz gets the trade out onto Lavelle. And Corey is going to find another one now, all onto Miyagi, and a 1v4. And St. Clair looking to clean up this round. Lavelle doing tons of help here with the sniper from a long angles. And now Miyagi, let's see what he's actually going to do.
Yeah, Lavelle eventually went down, but at least he took two with him. Of course, that smoke shot that we saw earlier and then finding one additional one is just perfect. And it's just a matter of time before this one gets cleaned up. St. Clair going to tie this up nice and quick, 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, that was a much more dominant round from St. Clair than that first round. They cleaned up. They have one person fall from their team, I think. I think it was a 4 versus 1. Yeah, I think they only had one player fall, but great round from St. Clair. And they're looking to do it again here in this third round of things. And here, we're back on the defense side. So I really do believe offense will have an advantage just by these two teams' play styles. But let's see if defense can clutch up around anytime here soon.
So sniper ready and waiting here for Lavelle this time by. Moving towards the A site, bomb in hand on the side of Bethany College. We do see Sauce once again taking to the building. Priestley going to find a nice quick one, but there's going to be a couple of refrags here.
Yep, Saucy, that nade, Saucy played it perfect. He dropped it right on the bomb planter. He knows that Bethany was liking doing these rush plants, and he's actually able to take him out right away. He's actually going to get more info there on the loss. So now he knows where both of these players are, and he's actually going to find one. He knows where loss is. He's going to call it out to his teammates. It's going to be Swizz and Saucy in a 1v1 Swizz and a 2v1. Swizz will actually clean it up with his SMG and mid-trains, or was that with his pistol?
Yep, Sauce had one angle, Swizz had the other, finds him, takes him down, and the good call out there from, I assume Sauce probably had the information on that one, to the point where Swizz just had to hunt him down and know that whichever side he took, Sauce had the other, and St. Clair going to take their first lead here in this Search and Destroy matchup.
Yeah, offensive side again here for St. Clair. They're looking to do what they did 2 rounds ago. So let's see if they can answer back. Lavelle unable to hit those shots, but come really close to it. I mean, no one's really going to want to peek down that angle now with his sniper there. You're going to see Saucy quite weak. He's going to get peppered down, but not going to fall. Swizz going to open up the round, finding Skatu. And now, will they find this player in top red? They know he's there now. Symbolic actually will find Saucy. We got a 3v4 in an advantage of St. Clair here. And the sniper from Lavelle could find the player in top red any second. And he will just miss the shot. That's a tough one if you're Lavelle. That could have really blew open the round. But Swizz going to be able to find loss. And now we got a 2v4. It's going to be all into Symbolic and Miyagi. Let's see if they can do anything here to try to drop some of these St. Clair players, but they know where this one player is. They know where Symbolic is sitting. They just got to hold him off there. Get this bomb down in the next half a minute.
Priestley has to be careful, though. Miyagi right there around the corner. Lavelle probably has his 6 covered, however. It should allow Swayze to get the bomb down. Not actually going to be the case. Does not get down, does get taken down. The angle, even though they might be outnumbered, the angles right now that Bethany College has might be too much to deal with, and we're going to just see in a second. It is going to get planted down, so we're not going to get timed out in that fashion. Lavelle does find one, and it looks like St. Clair found the other one as well, so they're going to be able to secure this one. Game 2 looking solid now as we move to a 3-1 game.
Yeah, Lavelle finding a nice one with his pistol there. He did some work there. If he connected with 2 of his sniper shots, that could have been a 3 or 4 kill round for him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just it. It's high risk, high reward, right? It's always nerve-wracking seeing the sniper come out, but Lavelle has found some value in it over the season. And even to the point where, even if they smoke it off, he's got the timing down in his head that he can just pop a shot through the smoke and expect that somebody's diving through. There's a cool couple plays there, a good pistol finisher as well, and we'll see what happens here in round number 5.
Yeah, you're going to see a couple St. Clair players get peppered right off the hop. Hawk going to be the one with the bomb this time. And you're actually going to see number 9. That's going to be Swizz. He's playing really quiet back here behind the center block. As soon as that bomb goes down, he's going to hop up and try to find these players. And Swizz could do a bunch of damage here. This is going to be amazing to see how this unfolds. Oh, Swizz is going to get shot from behind the center block. Miyagi playing smart. He's going to check the spot. Miyagi will get peppered, but he's not going to fall. Lavelle going to actually be able to find Symbolic, making this a 4v4. The bomb is down, though, for Bethany. Priestley going to find one more on the Hawk. Now 2v4, in favor of Bethany. But just like as I say that, Loss is going to get one, and Saucy going to find Skatoon. Now all on to Loss. And Lavelle going to be the one to clean that up. And St. Clair getting the defuse. Now a 4-1 game in favor of the boys at St. Clair. And now let's see if they can do to close this one out here. And also, guys, don't mind the scoreboard. Just a little glitch. I mean, we're working on it. Codcaster isn't our greatest friend, so...
Yeah, I've kind of got the colors backwards here with this overlay. I do apologize if there's any confusion about that, but yeah, so St. Clair, even though their icon is showing green and whatnot, and even in game they're green, at the top there it'll show them in red. Don't worry, I'll have that fixed up for the next matchup tonight, but for now you'll just have to bear with us as we now have St. Clair showing, like you were saying, that their search and destroy seem to be one of their favorite styles, and it's definitely looking like that here so far.
This is a fast A push from Bethany. I don't think we've seen them play this aggressive yet before. And now this is going to be Saucy trying to find one here on this police car back there. There's actually 2 back there. It's going to be Skatoon and Hawk. We also do have Symbolic playing top red right now. And he could do a lot of damage. That nade's going to hit marker them, so they know a player's up there now. They know that Symbolic is playing in there. But usually there's a player playing there, so I won't be too worried if you're St. Clair. But Skatoon going to find Swizz to open up this round. And this is going to be an aggressive play from Symbolic, trying to find something here. Trying to watch all these crosses to pick up something. Oh, but just wasn't he getting too aggressive? Priestley's going to find him, making this a 3v4. Still in favor of Bethany, but Priestley able to provide a little bit of help. Priestley actually making this a 3v3. Saucy finding one more. Now a 2v3 in favor of St. Clair. 2v2. Going to be all on Miyagi and Skatoon versus Saucy and Priestley. Priestley already coming out to play this round. This game in general, 8-3 so far. He's going to try to find one here laying down. He's going to cross. He's going to unable to make the cross. That's bomb down. Saucy is stuck now. 20 seconds. He needs to find 2 kills or get the bomb down, and he's unable to do so. Bethany College going to clean up their second round. Now a 4-2 game.
Yeah, it looked like St. Clair just got stifled up a little bit that time, but could not get themselves in position. The fact that at the very end there, I think it was Priestley who had the bomb, just as soon as he got taken out, it was a big sigh of relief for Bethany College. It was St. Clair's hand essentially forced at that very moment. They had to make the play if they wanted any hope to try and scavenge up that round, but were not able to do so that time by. And we'll be riding along here with the Bethany College squad. That way the scoreboard is actually accurate. Thank you, Codcaster. But we'll have to see. This time it's going to be Bethany on the attack, and they're starting off strong. Symbolic with the kill on Lavelle. Yeah,
Miyagi also going to get the car explosion kill on the Priestley. That's going to be huge if you're Bethany taking out the top fragger for St. Clair now in this search and destroy game. 2v4 going to be tough on St. Clair. Bethany College looking to crawl back in this search and destroy on Piccadilly. as the ace site. They're learning how to play it a little bit better, and this is going to be bombed down for Skatu. Symbolic going to find Saucy now all on Notorious. Let's see if he can do anything. He's going to fall.
Okay, some quick rounds coming out now here from Bethany College. They're really making this work. St. Clair could not get anywhere near the point. They just got out-fragged in every sense of the word that time by. They're really starting to come around. Like you're saying, that A site seems to be kind of like their shining light here, the light at the end of the tunnel, and they've been able to score themselves a couple points. Of course, St. Clair need 2 more to secure the victory here, but the momentum now is in Bethany's favor.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Bethany, that's going to be their second round, or is that their third round? No, that's their second round in a row.
Second round,
but, yeah. Second round in a row for Bethany. They're looking to do it again, tie up this game at 4-4, but let's see what happens here. St. Clair slowing it down here a little on the offensive side. They were playing a little bit more aggressive on Bethany in these past couple rounds, and it was not working out for them. Miyagi's actually doing a bunch of work right now for Bethany. Hawk needs to pick up a little bit if he wants to try to close out this round for his team, but Symbolic and Loss opening up and finding Swizz and Saucy right off the hop. Corey's going to trade out Loss. Now, a 3v4 in favor of Bethany. Hawk actually going to find his first kill, put him on the board tonight with the nade. And this is going to be a 2v4 all in the Priestley and Lavelle. And these are the 2 players you want alive if it's a 2v4. But Priestley going to be under pressure. Lavelle going to be here to trying to come provide support. But Miyagi going to back down and play it a little bit slower. I mean, St. Clair also still does have to get this bomb down, so it will be tough for them. As Lavelle and Priestley still both up. And Miyagi going to be the opening up, finding Lavelle now all on the Priestley. And he's going to get spotted here any second. He's going to get peppered but not cleaned up. He's got to get this bomb down in a 1v3. And they know he's got to be going towards the A site now. So it's going to be tough for him to even come near that site to get it down. He's trying to find something. And he has this SMG player right in front of him. He's trying to clean him up. But this player's just wasting his time. They just want to run Priestley's clock down. And
yep, there it goes.
It worked out perfectly in that 1v3. And they will clean him up.
I mean, yeah, at that point, you're on defense. Bethany, they don't need kills. They can wait it out. They can play the clock if they want to. And sure enough, Priestley had to make a move at some point, but that entire area was covered. And I believe it was Miyagi had on the other side as well, so he couldn't even try and just turn tail and run for the other side. So 4-4, Bethany really coming in clutch these last couple rounds, 3 in a row in their favor. It looked like St. Clair was going to run away with this one, and they're putting my thoughts in my mouth of sorts before I even get the opportunity to say it. They're shutting me down nice and quick. Nicely done, Bethany.
Yeah, I mean, 4-4 here. They got 3 in a row. They spot Priestley, but they're not able to clean him up right. And he tags on him. Lavelle going to find the first kill, but that's actually going to be Saucy finding Hawk. He's going to be the bomb planer, so that's going to really help them out. Swizz going to find one with the car blowing up. Skatu answering back on Notorious, but Saucy able to trade out Skatu. Loss all up to him in a 1v3, and he is unable to make anything happen. Now, 5-4 for St. Clair College on match point, looking to clean up. I would definitely still not get comfortable, though, because Bethany, they're right around the corner, only 1 round below you.
I mean, they shut down the momentum. They shut it down rather convincingly on top of that as well. There was absolutely nothing there that Loss could have done. There was a Saint on essentially 3 different sides of them. You were not getting out of this one. But now with, I think this is St. Clair on the attack once again. Can they make this happen? They've kind of been stifled the last few rounds. But if they want to finish this game right here, right now, move to domination, tied up 1-1, they need it right here.
Yeah, and they're going to be on the offensive side of things. It's going to be Swizz as the bomb carrier, and he's going to try to get this down. But, yeah, you're already going to have Loss. He's tagged up nice and weak. Oh, but Saucy didn't even spot him there. Saucy going to fall from Loss. This bomb is down, though. If you're St. Clair, it's going to provide you a huge advantage. You may be down 4v5, but this bomb's definitely going to help. Swizz going to get peppered up a bit behind that little wall there. They spot Priestley cross. Now, this is going to be Skatu trying to find Priestley. And now this is when they come out of the back of red. They sneak in behind Ticket. Swizz is going to be the one here trying to answering. He's not able to do anything. Miyagi, Skatu, and Loss all find kills. Loss finding his second, and that is going to be a match point now for Bethany. 5-5 game here. Danners, this could be the whole series on our hand right here. I mean, it's going to put Bethany up 2-0, put them in prime position to close out this first series here of TESPA playoffs. And I mean, they're one round away from winning their second map, and then they're only 1 map away. It's really hard to do a reverse sweep. You got to come back. You got to win the domination. You got to win the next hard point, and you got to win the next search and destroy. And I mean, yes, all of these have been close games. St. Clair just needs to close it out here on this defense side of things.
Definitely crazy. I was just about to ask, hey, is there any sort of overtime rules in this? Absolutely not. It all comes down to this round right here, right now. As I seem to have lost my mini map. Oh Lord, help me! But we're going to
Oh no.
try and keep this going as we can. So we do see Miyagi finding the first kill. If you're here for St. Clair, that's not a good start. Swizz going down.
Yeah, Lavelle gonna answer back on Symbolic, but Miyagi gonna find another one this round. He's going off 14-6 this game. It's almost a 3.0 KD. But just looking here, that's a 2.33 for Miyagi right now. And sorry, Bethany doesn't really have to play too aggressive here. I mean, I thought they were on attack, but they are not. It's going to actually be St. Clair now in a 3v4 on the attacking side of things. Only 35 seconds remain as Bethany playing a little bit slower here, trying to find something. And that's going to be lost. Actually going to pick up from Corey. Corey's going huge now, making this a 3 versus 3. Skatu going to be here playing this long angles. And Hawk going to come sliding through, but Priestley going to clean him up. And then now all into Skatu and Miyagi. Skatu going to find Lavelle. 2v2, but the bomb is down for St. Clair. Priestley going to find one, but Miyagi's here. Now only 1v1. Corey is going to clean it up and take the map after a 1v1. What a game. This is a series. It's phenomenal.
Oh, we're in for a treat if this is how the first match of the night is going to be. Corey SNP coming in clutch right when he needed it. Miyagi was on fire this entire S&D round and shutting him down to make sure that the bomb goes off. Clutching it up for St. Clair College. We have ourselves a 1-1 game, and we have ourselves a fantastic show already here tonight. Loving this.
Yeah, Miyagi and Priestley look, both of them from each side, they both look phenomenal. I mean, Miyagi going 15-7, doing tons of work. Like, it's not even like he was just finding random kills. He was finding really crucial kills and opening up rounds for Bethany. That game would not have been near as close as it was if Miyagi wasn't playing like that. But then on the other side of things, you also have Hawk. And Hawk is really, you think, hey, maybe Hawk finds maybe 1 or 2 more kills. If Hawk even found 1 kill here in the last round, that would have completely blown it open, and they would have took that game. So a little tough if you're on the side of Bethany, but I wouldn't be too stressed. I mean, you guys are each team is still playing well, and this series can't get closer than what it is right now. So really excited to see how the domination turns out. We're actually going to be heading over to Gunrunner for domination. I am not surprised because that is St. Clair's. Yeah, we see St. Clair's. Gunrunner is something we see a ton of for St. Clair. So St. Clair definitely going to be comfortable on that map, but most teams are. So I think we're going to have another close game here, and this domination going to be huge. Going to give a 2-1 series lead. On going to put one of these teams at match point. So we're guaranteed a map 4 now. We're guaranteed a second hard point, but I'm excited to see how things turn out.
It definitely feels like St. Clair have to take this round, because if they do lose this domination, then go into the hard points under match point. I mean, I'd rather have my game 5 moment for St. Clair at another search and destroy than another hard point. It felt like this entire season. I mean, St. Clair hasn't been bad on hard point, but it feels like that's just ever so slightly, maybe a little bit weaker compared to the rest of their game modes. And then if they drop this domination map, they might not have the chance to see it. They're going to have to come from behind on a map that they've somewhat struggled on and off during the season in order to get back to that search and destroy. I know I say I'm always very curious, but I'm very excited as well to see what happens here as we hop into the lobby for Game 3 right around the corner. Of course, I never even got an opportunity to thank the sponsors, of course, that make this all possible. The action happened so dang quickly that we couldn't quite get it started right away. But, of course, big thank you to St. Clair College itself, St. Clair College Alumni Association, PC Outlet, the Zechelman School of Business and IT, Tim Hortons, and the St. Clair Student Representative Council. Of course, we would not have these teams, we would not have these broadcasts without your help. So thank you so much. And of course, big shout out to all the fans already here supporting their friends, family, teammates, and classmates, or just your programs. Always fantastic having these broadcasts and seeing everybody here. I know personally, it makes my day every single day. Even if we have ourselves a long one tonight, it is damn well going to be worth it. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I mean, I am really excited for it. I mean, the winner of this game will have to go up against its what's it called? Ottawa University, Kansas.
I mean, in theory, because if I take a look at the bracket, in fact, remind me in between games, I'll make sure I have that set up properly. But if you do want to follow along at home, of course, exclamation mark bracket in the chat will bring it up. But yeah, as of right now, in theory, if St. Clair does take down Bethany College here, we would then play Ottawa University Gold. Which, of course, if you remember, I think it was just a couple days ago, maybe
it was last weekend.
it was like last week. That's when, to put it nicely, it was not even close.
Yeah,
And
I believe
it's going to be a scary one.
Yeah, I believe Ottawa University Kansas is the favorite going into this tournament. I mean, obviously, being the 1 seed, you're going to be the favorite, but it's going to be tough for any team to try to get by them. I mean, they could get upset in the first round, but I highly doubt it, as they're probably going to move on and just work their way through winners here. But St. Clair, this is going to be a big map coming up here for them because, like you were talking about earlier, you would rather see their winning game to be a search and destroy game rather than a hardpoint game. So getting a second map here, going up 2-1, will guarantee that 5th game, even if you lose the hardpoint for the next one. So if they can guarantee a search and destroy at worst case scenario, that would put them in the best positioning, as I believe it is their strongest game mode by all 3 of them.
Yeah, and of course, with throwing it back to the Ottawa University thing, of course, they are the first seed, but you would be surprised how many times I see tournament organizers have the first seed get completely upset in the first round because nobody knows how to actually seed, but I digress. Ottawa University, if we do happen to get the chance to play them, that is going to be crazy because I know after that loss, that St. Clair squad was extremely conflicted, to say the least. Like, we're a good team. How are they that much better? And of course, I believe that's the team with like either semi-pros or they're like top amateurs.
Top amateur.
So,
You're like the closest you get to pro is what those players are at. And I mean, here's the pro players, and they are right underneath. Just their main goal here is to make COD their full-time career.
Right.
And they're playing 8 hours a day. They're practicing. They're playing in tournaments every day. They're working so hard. They're going above and beyond. Like their TESPA games are almost just practice for them at this point. Due to like their skill level and what kind of like they're competing at and everything like that. But here we are moving into the the domination game on Gunrunner. This is going to be a good map for St. Clair. They're going to be starting on the C side of things. And you're going to see Swizz. He's going to be the first one here to push towards this beam bomb site. He's going to have a lot to answer for as there's several players on the other side. He's going to find one through the smoke, back out. Let's see if he can do anything else. It's going to be Saucy coming from behind, finding 2. And Swizz going to get picked off from Hawk finally, but this is going to be Saucy right there with the pistol. Saucy finding 3 right off the hop. This should secure B for St. Clair. And they should run away with this a little bit here, holding it down. But Miyagi coming back, firing, finding 2 in the back of Saucy and Priestley. B is going to be getting taken again by Bethany, and this is look like we're going to have a B fight this game, Danners. I believe this will be all about the B flag here and who can hold it the longest. But Swizz fighting 2 right of the way. Priestley and Saucy answering back, and now St. Clair should be looking to take this B side again. And here they go. The neutral is about to come down. Now the capture is going to come in, but the spawns have flipped. Now this makes things really interesting. This is what makes domination so hectic and fun is, you know, playing for those spawns, playing for the sides, but that's going to be Saucy securing the A flag side of things. And now there's going to be 1 player on B. Priestley going to be here to answer for it. He's actually going to be able to clean up. He's going to find 2. That's huge for Priestley. And now Priestley can't even find the 30 spots. And pops out, finds 1 more. Priestley doing absolute wonders. Priestley with the quad feed. And the TESPA COD playoffs. This is great game. Oh my God,
Keep
Priestley.
it going, why don't you?
Priestley. Oh my God, Priestley. I'm speechless.
Okay.
This is unreal.
The run had to die eventually, but essentially that B site was held by Priestley single-handedly, it felt like, allowing St. Clair, of course, to have the 2 points and start getting themselves this lead in this matchup. Of course, domination, at a certain point, once that timer runs down, we do flip for halftime, resetting everything, but getting as much in the lead as possible right away is absolutely fantastic here. We do see, I think that was Lavelle trying to do something sneaky near the C site, but not going to find what he was looking for. But still, 2 points, but there is somebody on A, but okay, Priestley took that.
Yeah, I believe he was actually trying to flip the spawns there, and Priestley gonna put St. Clair at a huge advantage there. I mean, even holding that for just the time he did, it does so much work for St. Clair, makes their job so much easier. And you're gonna see Priestley and Saucy actually 18 and 6 right now with a 3.0 KD between the two of them, and that is phenomenal play. Saucy gonna be here to answer, make sure that no one gets this A flag. And they're going to keep holding it off bound. Bethany holding A. Sorry, they're not holding A. They almost had it, but they're holding B now. As Lavelle going to be here, he's going to actually secure the C point. He's going to flip things. Corey is going to cause some havoc. Now, this is where things get really interesting. St. Clair isn't fighting for B. They're going for the AC hold. It's really tough to do, but it can be really beneficial. High risk, high reward. And I mean, St. Clair has the option to do that right now with the lead they have. And Lavelle going off, he's going to find the jump shot on the loss over there. And now Lavelle, he's just going to play in the back of this spawn here. I mean, yes, Bethany will eventually find C, but Corius, he's always going to be causing a disrupt in Bethany's plans. So let's see if he can continue with it. Hawk actually going to be able to clean him up. And Priestley here going to the town on these minecarts. Still playing phenomenal in this game here. Domination Gunrunner looking great for St. Clair so far, looking really strong, and they want to close this one out.
Oh, they might have been able to break themselves a hole here towards this B site. There is still some reinforcements on the side of Bethany, but the kill feed is absolutely lighting up green here for St. Clair. Just 2 more to go through. There goes one, and the other one does get dealt with. St. Clair going to be able to flip this. A is not contested in the slightest, so St. Clair going to start putting some points back in the lead once again.
Yeah, only 11-point difference here. I mean, you're going to see St. Clair here holding the A and B side of things still. A lot of spawn flips have happened. I mean, St. Clair originally started on the C side, I believe, but they have actually flipped it over now. I believe they prefer an A side of things. Previously looking to get sneaky from the back, but unable to do so as Lost finds 2. Miyagi going to find Saucy after Saucy finds Lost there. And now Bethany looking to crawl back, but St. Clair really just needs to extend this lead here as best they can moving on. They're going to get this neutral. That's going to be huge.
Okay.
Oh my god, Corius! He just completely flipped on that player there, and Corey is doing work. I mean, St. Clair is having very clutch moments. Lost that Nade's not going to do anything to him, but Lavelle knew where he was. He's going to make sure he gets cleaned up. 3 players all pushing out. It's going to be Miyagi, Hawk, and Symbol, but Symbolic actually going to find the team kill onto Hawk. Swizz going to find Symbolic and Miyagi shortly after, and this is looking great if you're St. Clair. I mean, yes, they are losing the A flag, but that was just a contest. We're up by 11 still. Lavelle going to try to capture this A point. Saucy going to get cleaned up over there near the A spawn side of things. Hawk and Skitoo able to defend it still. And here we are at half, 82-71. St. Clair leads by 11.
Of course, this one ain't done just yet, but my goodness, we've seen some insane step out and stand out plays from a couple players today. Of course, we saw Priestley in this one as well, but we also, Corius, that last little engagement there to get himself, I think that was either a double or a triple, to make sure that B site flipped over to them. Especially since A was getting contested, it kept the points going. They were able to keep themselves forward, keep the momentum going, and I'm sure that absolutely felt great in the process as well.
Yep, now, side flip here. Yep, I was right earlier. St. Clair actually did start on the C side last round, and now they're looking to start on the A side. This should provide them a little bit more benefit of things, as Corius finds 2 right off the hop. Corius continuing to light it up at 14 and 6, playing for a 3.0 KD almost here, and now find some another one, making him 15 and 6. Also going to have 5 caps. And on a 3 kill streak, he's going to get another cap for himself there after he takes the B site. He's going to deal with Miyagi here any second. I mean, this is a sneaky little spot from Corius. I mean, nobody can come to this door. Oh, Corius is just playing with his food at this point.
I got him.
And there he's actually going to be able to clean him up. And there's another one there for Corius. That's going to be 2. He's on a 5 kill streak right now. He's doing absolute work right now. Will he be able to find another one here on a Symbolic? Yes, he will.
Another one?
Yeah, now there's another one on the flag. See, Corius and Priestley, they are both going off in the exact same spots. This is a spot where you can completely feed players trying to push into that B flag. Look at, he's going to, they learned their lesson.
Fool me once. They do learn.
Yeah, Saucy going to be here playing Office, trying to sneak up behind a few players any second, and he actually will be able to do so if he just needs to make this push a little bit quicker. There's 1 for him. Oh my god, there's 2. He knows more are still on the flag.
Free.
Oh, wow. Saucy and Priestley actually able to clean all the way up. And Symbolic's going to kill Lost through that. I was wondering where one of those Bethany College players went. But St. Clair are going to extend their lead from an 11-point lead now to a 20-point lead. You're looking good if you're St. Clair. It's going to be quite difficult for Bethany to come back. I mean, 20 points in domination is quite a bit. It's going to take, as long as St. Clair can hold 2 of these flags for a little bit longer, they should almost have it. They should almost have it locked down here. Swizz going to find one here in connector. And now, yeah, you're going to see Priestley back there holding A with his M4. They still have the B. So now this is really tough. Saucy can actually get cleaned up from office, but Swizz going to be here to answer right back on a Hawk. Actually, no, that's going to be Lost team killing Hawk. And then Swizz going to get picked off from Loss. But, yeah, he did a good job of holding that B bomb site there.
We're still 2 points. We do see that's Priestley on, or no, it's Lavelle on point rather, but it does get taken down nonetheless. A bit of a back and forth. The B site being contested. Bethany taking it for the time being, but Hawk again finds one, but it's going to be instantly refragged there by Saucy, but he goes down once again. This absolute bloodbath here on this B site. And in the meantime, while all of this is happening, I do also want to mention we have Lavelle trying to get the backdoor here onto the C point. Could add some additional pressure, force some of the players from Bethany to get away from the B site. In fact, he might find number 7. Okay, that's symbolic. Can he win this 1v1? He's not going to be able to, but he at least distracted him for a brief moment. But now, it was almost to the point where Bethany was contesting for all 3 points at one moment, but St. Clair going to try and regroup, and actually, Priestley finds his way on to C.
Yeah, Priestley's playing sneaky there. That's what I like from the St. Clair team. They're playing it really smart. If you ever watch pro Call of Duty, watch these pro rosters play, you will see them always go for this neutral on C or A and just make things a little bit more difficult for Bethany, put some more pressure on them. He's going to be making sure that they don't get any additional points from that. And now at this point, leading by 18 this deep into the game, Bethany's going to need a triple cap, I believe, to do something here. They could, I think if St. Clair only holds 1 flag, they're going to even just win it at that point. Because eventually it becomes impossible for Bethany to win. So, yeah, and then it's looking good for St. Clair. I mean, Bethany doesn't have any kind of like points coming in right now for them. But they're just like, as I say that, they're going to find C, well, never mind. They're going to not find either of these points as St. Clair just going off right now. If you look at the scoreboard there, you got 3 players with over 20 kills and only 1 there on the side of Bethany. But Lavelle, he may not have the amount of kills as the rest of the people on his roster, but he is that one player doing a ton of work flipping the A to C spawns.
It's been putting a lot of pressure off of his team here on the B side because, of course, all the contest is going to be on that point for the most part, but it's allowed St. Clair to find themselves some good angles to start taking some good fights. And no matter what, even if they do end up losing a point, they tend to win the gunfight and get it right back as we see Priestley just smoke himself a quick triple, why don't he? And this B site's going to go over uncontested, and it's going to be Lavelle taking C.
This game is all wrapped up. I mean, it's impossible. It's been impossible for the last about 25 seconds. And this is going to be St. Clair taking a 2-1 lead in the series now. As this time is just going to dwindle down. I mean, Bethany can't really answer back at all for this matchup here. And Lavelle going to just be trying. They're all just trying to find, a little bit more excess kills, pat their stat lines a little bit. But that's going to be the final, 166-140 in favor of St. Clair. And this is what we were talking about before the game. This was a really crucial map to win because now they can lose this upcoming hardpoint and still have a search and destroy to play, which is where we find they're both stronger.
Absolutely. Did exactly what they needed to do, and just some of these members on St. Clair absolutely popping off in the gunfights. Priestley, as always, seems to always be topping the leaderboards here for the side of St. Clair. But there was definitely notable moments from essentially everybody. It was cool seeing Swizz get a little bit more aggressive as well. May not have gone necessarily positive in his KD, but he was getting himself in there, putting the fights on. And even if he was the one taken down, that was usually when either Priestley, Sauce, Corius, or somebody else would clean them up, and oftentimes clean up with a multi-kill. So, as always, whenever I talk about these FPS titles and scoreboards and whatnot, there's never anything that you can necessarily count on for, like, there's no scoreboard stat for pressure. There's no scoreboard strat for scouting or anything like that. But even if your KD may be below 1, you're still having a massive impact. We saw that with Swizz in this matchup, and it's just pretty consistent across the board. St. Clair really made that domination, especially that second half, look fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I believe one of the huge reasons St. Clair actually got the lead they did was due to Priestley and Corius just going off individually. Like, I mean, they both did so much work on that B staircase. They'd run up the staircase, they'd find two there, run back down, they'd find two coming in the side of B at the coal train entrance that were at that location. And they were just going off and padding up their kills at that point. And yeah, like you were talking about before, there is no stat for objective and domination like playing for spawns and things like that. But Lavelle, he had, I think it was like less than 25 engagements that game. Compared to the rest of the players in that game, I believe everyone had 30 plus. So Lavelle, he's not even the fact that he has the least like deaths between them because he's like, he's just going there playing for the stats and everything. Not for the stats, what am I saying? He's going there playing for the objective. And yeah, like we were talking about, just stats not really huge for Lavelle there. But he did go huge in this game by playing and putting that pressure because at that point, if you're Bethany, you know how annoying it is to have your home flag neutralized every half a minute. Like you have to waste a whole player's time to go back, recap that flag. There's just so much resources then that have to get devoted back to it, and that's going to leave the pressure on B a lot less like there. It's not going to be a lot less present there. But and that's what really has probably helped Priestley and Cordius go off is due to the one by one players coming in. They wouldn't get swarmed by 5 players at once. The Bethany College players were kind of just feeding Priestley and Cordius at that point as they were just trying to get in there while capturing that home flag, but they were unable to do so.
It's always just so annoying to try and deal with somebody just constantly flipping the flag, like you were saying. Because, of course, you want to be focusing on your next goal, but thinking that somebody's going to be taking like your home base or whatnot is just absolutely annoying. So St. Clair, of course, playing that to a T, especially in that second half. Game 4 now. So we're going back to hardpoint. Ramaza is going to be the map, it looks like. And personally, I don't recognize the map. So what about Ramaza? Is there anything to stood out? Do we have any of those money hills or whatever that was that you taught me in the last cast?
Yeah. So kind of not nearly as much as the map we talked about earlier. That's gonna be Hacking Yard that we talked about earlier last weekend. But nothing like that. But they are still, some hills that they could swing some favor in. It's gonna be the second hill actually again this time. So, spawn's going to be pretty crucial moving into this hardpoint game. I'm going to be interested to see who's in favor of spawns starting off this match. It's going to most likely be the non-host. So that's going to be St. Clair looking to start on the good side as BSC is hosting the map itself. So I believe that St. Clair should come out here, get an early lead in this game, hopefully after the first 2 hardpoints. But we did see them on Ramaza just a couple weeks back. I believe I was casting with Seymour, and they were doing the Ramaza game, and it was a very, very close game, but St. Clair did clean it up. So honestly here, I'm just expecting another close hardpoint game coming our way. These games have been close all the way through. I mean, that domination was the first one where St. Clair kind of pulled away a little bit and looked more dominant. But at this point, I mean, this hardpoint is going to go anyway, and it's going to be a very close game in my eyes.
Looks like we do have a player quickly rebooting their system. Something a little messed up happened, so it's just going to be a brief moment before we hop into game number 4. But yeah, compared to the last hardpoint where it was essentially back and forth, they were trading points pretty much, it seemed like, up until that last one, to the point where St. Clair just couldn't breach it. The defense was too strong for the side of Bethany College, and a match like that was definitely proving why these two are neck and neck in terms of the seeds, of course. Once again, of course, if you want to follow the tournament bracket, ! Bracket in the chat on Twitch will bring up the Game Battles bracket, show all the playoffs and everybody's seeds and whatnot. You can follow along with us, but this is exactly the kind of match that I was hoping for. I always say that I don't want to see a blowout either way. I want to see a close match, and where else but the playoffs to get it? I'm absolutely enjoying myself here, learning some COD, casting some COD alongside you. And I definitely appreciate what you're doing here, Jackson, to help me learn the ropes here.
Yeah.
I always had the roughest gist of it. But slowly but surely learning more things here, and I absolutely love it.
One thing that makes COD a little different, from casting Rocket League, CS:GO, something like that, it's a little bit similar to Overwatch. You have several game modes that
Right.
you're going to be flipping through. So you're not just learning how to play Hardpoint. You're learning how to play Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and Domination. And it makes it hard because teams at that point have to practice 3 different things. If you just practice Hardpoint, that's not going to benefit. The only thing that will benefit from into your Domination game is the gun skill. The gun skill is all that's going to benefit from between all the game modes. But like we were talking about, it's really tough for these players because they have to practice several game modes and they have to practice a new game every year. So doing both of those makes it a lot harder. It makes it a lot easier for, like, let's say, new talent to even come out. Like, you could be good in one year and not be good the next year, just depending on how the game is. But the only thing that will ever really translate over is your, like, map awareness and your gun skill between game modes and actual games.
Yeah,
So, I mean, you can
Sorry.
carry on.
I was gonna say that was always my biggest gripe with Call of Duty. As soon as I figure out, like, just from casual play, when back I was in high school anyway, so it was a while ago. God, I feel like a boomer. But I basically, like, I would always learn all the maps. I would get ready. I start feeling confident on it. Oh, new game's out. Here's the new gimmick to it, and here's the new maps. Dang it! I was just around the corner. Come on, give me some more time. I'm so used to most esports taking the, I guess, again, old school, but StarCraft kind of approach, where you have the game out, it's out for a long time. Sure, there might be patches, but you eventually, like, perfect your strategy and you move forward, adjusting as you need to. Call of Duty, granted, it's exciting this way though. Don't get me wrong. Having something brand new to always have to get the crack open every year and a half or so, but it really makes you keep on your toes. So I always give massive props to the Call of Duty community and their players for being able to adjust so frequently with every little game change. Obviously, even the same guns sometimes feel differently, but thankfully, at least your gun skill can still kind of transition with you. But yeah, being, like, having to learn the three different competitive modes per map is always a massive skill gap.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
It's very time consuming learning all of that. Like, you're practicing several hours a week. And I believe when the new game comes out, like when, like, a new Call of Duty drops or whatever, these players are practicing 8 hours a day. Like, no doubt in my, well, maybe not 8 hours a day. That might be a little bit excessive.
Even when the beta came out.
Yeah, exactly. These players are playing an unreal amount of time. But just like that, I believe we got our game going. So I'm excited to get that underway. Here we go. We're expecting a close hardpoint, 5 seconds away from this good Ramaza hardpoint. For St. Clair leading the series 2-1. They're looking to close it out here on this Ramaza hardpoint, and they will be starting on good side as they will have that hardpoint number 2 right near their spawn. So this is where Hawk's actually going to try to break in right away, and he's going to try to cause some pressure. But Saucy opening it up, finding 2, Priestley finding 1, and Saucy and Priestley are picking up right where they left off from the dominations and search and destroys. Hawk and Symbolic. Oh, Symbolic's actually going to get the team kill on the Hawk, but Hawk able to find 1, and now Symbolic able to find Saucy. Now this is going to give Bethany a little bit of points here, but St. Clair doing good to open this up, preventing Bethany to hop on this hill, while still holding the second hardpoint spawns. The second hardpoint spawns are way more crucial than this first hill scrap time in my eyes.
Yeah, this just seems to be a bit of a brawl. Even right now, you see a lot of the players on the side of St. Clair just not even really worrying about it. They have somebody up there, and then they're just looking to dominate the rest of the map. Of course, riding along with the Bethany squad just to make sure that we can keep the score on the proper side. You see that was Hawk getting flanked, but then instantly gets taken down as well. The last couple seconds of this point going to go over to Bethany, but now we're going to be moving in a second.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. 16-16 going into the second hill, but St. Clair gonna have advantage here going into this hill. I mean, they got the spawns for it. They're in it right away to start it off. And
okay, Swizz stopping this though. Bethany trying to break in, but someone is there to contest. Corey's going to find himself a double. Looking good for St. Clair, actually. Corey is really stepping up alongside Priestley. That's going to be 3 kills nice and quick. And Lavelle getting himself on the board as well. As I fight the Codcaster, but St. Clair looking good so far.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were talking about right before the game started. P2 as, like, kind of like a money hill, like a free lead, would you say? I mean, it's like It's right away. Like you get over there, you're already on those spawns. But St. Clair, look at where 6, 9, and 8 are. They're all already ready. Like Miyagi's the only one here from Bethany looking to answer back. Like yes, they will be able to find Saucy, but now they know exactly where Miyagi is, and he's going to get cleaned up very easily. Now St. Clair have full control over this hill already moving in. They got their trophies down. Swizz going to be playing that hardpoint hill time like he has been all day, and St. Clair looking a lot stronger here in this Ramaza hardpoint than they did in previous maps. But yeah, I mean, it looks like right now Bethany can't even really get near that hill. I mean, Swizz will be in there holding that time, and everybody else for St. Clair going to be providing reinforcements. But Hawk going to be the first one to come in here and find something. He's going to get answered back on Swizz. Swizz getting cleaned up shortly after. Now Skatu makes it in the hill, but St. Clair going to get these easy cleanups. Lavelle actually on a 5-kill streak right now, going off. Hawk going to find Priestley, but Lavelle going to find 2 more for him. He's going to go in 7 kills in a row before he falls to Skatu. And now Saucy going to find one more in a loss, but Bethany does have control of this hill. Surprisingly, I mean, St. Clair looked like they were out-slaying them, but now St. Clair, yeah, now they're rotated off onto this P4, Hill 4, and they're going to try their best here to close it out and secure a little bit more of a lead as they get these rotations done. But here's what we were talking about before. Earlier in this first hardpoint game, St. Clair struggled a little bit because of the rotations. They outslayed, but didn't rotate enough. And now here you see in this game, they're the first ones on every single hill.
That defense they had for that first little bit was absolutely ridiculous. They could not breach the wall. They finally are going to be able to start moving forward as St. Clair starts to get onto this point. Bethany going to cap it for the time being, but of course St. Clair got quite the lead for himself to start things off. A little breathing room, but I'm sure they're not going to try and take it easy by any means. We see Miyagi find himself another. But one thing that's been really boggling my mind, at least in terms of strategy for the side of Bethany College, is they consistently have Hawk as the first one in. However, he's been the one who does not win his gunfights, is in this entire series probably the most consistently. He always gets dropped, speaking of which. But it's just really weird. Normally, if a player, I feel like if a player is kind of like a little bit having a hard time getting started during a matchup, you'd want him to kind of be the follow-up guy, would you not? Or do you just keep feeding him to the wolves like we see Corius pop off of the triple?
Yeah, well, like, kind of for example, what St. Clair is doing with Swizz is what you'd like to see Bethany do with Hawk.
Right.
The one, because, like, Swizz, like, no doubt in my mind, like, he's not a bad player. Like, that's not what I'm saying whatsoever. All I'm saying is that Swizz isn't used to playing with this roster like Pressa is. So Swizz is going to have to come in here and play a role that he's not used to playing. So they'll say, hey, Swizz, follow us and hop in the hill when we're all cleared out. Get their objective points, because getting objective points is one of the easier well, I wouldn't say easy, but like it's one of those things where it's more of a substitute role. Or if you were a not as strong player, it's more your role to play the objective. If you can't play for your kills, play the objective. And that's what they really got to be doing with Hawk. It looks like they are going to actually be throwing him in the hill sometimes, but they should not be letting him be the one that forces in and pushes first, like you were saying. But yeah, for Bethany, a lot of these players are actually hovering around the same amount of hill time, where you see for St. Clair, it's going to be Saucy and Swizz playing hill mainly. It's going to be Swizz playing the hill, and then Saucy being there for reinforcements always, playing more of a little flex position. But Swizz is going to actually be able to find Miyagi and hold off this first hill. But I believe, yeah, the spawns are in favor of Bethany. So this next, the point number 2, this could easily go in favor of Bethany, and this match could swing around. But St. Clair holding on to this point on this hill time off of this middle hill, the Brawl Hill, if you would say. But Skatu looking here to answer on the Swizz and find him, but Swizz going to get some tags, pepper him down a little bit. Swizz going to find 3, and one of which being through the wall. It's going to be amazing for him. Lots of gunfights down. Miyagi going to find a couple. Lavelle going to find a couple. And Swizz going to find another one, continuing to hold that first hill. And that's going to give St. Clair a 60-point lead, which is very beneficial to them. Now, Skatu is going to be the first line of defense here in this P2 hill, as St. Clair is getting ready to come flying in and try to break this. Skatu will be stunned for a moment there. Lavelle going to find Symbolic, but now Skatu, will he be able to answer back? He's looking to find Swizz. He actually will be able to clean up Swizz. He knows there is more players there. It's going to be tough for him as he gets pushed out. Saucy going to find Skatu. Now we have a contest. Saucy's job right now is to make sure that Bethany does not get more points and they just keep the contest. But just like that, all of St. Clair comes flying in. Going to be a little bit tougher here on Bethany. I mean, still do have the spawns, but they got to make their way now to that hill. As you see, everybody else from St. Clair already rotate with 20 to 25 seconds left. It's all going to be up to Swizz just to hold them off a little bit. And now, yeah, Bethany should clean up the rest of this hill time, put it to about 175 to 140. And that's just where we're going to be at now. But the thing is here, St. Clair's already rotated. St. Clair's going to have a 35-point lead going into this next hill and be on the hill first. This is where it starts to look a little scary for Bethany.
St. Clair might be on point to try and run away with this one as they do cap this once again. And they have themselves a good hold. Priestley finding himself a quick double as the offense from Bethany just keeps charging through, and there always seems to be one angle that they're just not checking, and St. Clair is always there, and it seems like right now that person seems to be Priestley as he finds himself another quick double. Saucy on the board a ton here in this game as well. Reinforcements on the way. Hawk trying to get something started here with Miyagi, but Miyagi kind of exposed their position, does find one onto Priestley, finally shutting him down. Can they actually break this point? They're damn well going to try. The only one left there is Lavelle, but the time is somewhat getting low. Lavelle is going to end up going down. They're going to start capturing some points here, but it's not going to be a whole heck of a lot.
St. Clair is, what they're doing right now is they're playing the first 40, 45 seconds of the hill and getting it locked. Like, they're doing a great job of getting that early entry, early points. And then, you know, at 20 to 25 seconds, when their break starts to fall a little bit and Bethany makes their way through, they're like, why would we go back and try to fight for this 20 to 25 seconds when we can just go over to the next one? Yes, they will get 20 points. And that's where almost half of Bethany's points is coming from right now, is yes, you will get those 20 points. But at that point, St. Clair's already on next, and they're going to be getting majority of the time from that. And look at, they're proving it here just like that, since they have the first 20 seconds right away, putting themselves at 225 to 160. Yes, Bethany going to be making a little bit more of a push here, but at this point, St. Clair's like, okay, we can hop off this one, play 20 seconds on the next hill and the beginning of it, and close it out right away. Priestley actually going to get stuck by a nade there from Miyagi, and he's going to fall, but St. Clair's still doing a great job of holding this one out, and let's see if they're able to win on this one. They're going to devote all reinforcements to this hill and just try to close it out here, as that's going to be Lavelle finding a team kill on Corius, but going to find a loss right after. Miyagi going to come in, answer back now. They're going to find Saucy. Now, you're going to see St. Clair players rotate. They're going to run into number 8. That's going to be Corius and P, I believe. Yep, and he's going to find 2 there. Corius and P doing his job, slowing down the push here from Bethany. Now, Bethany going to have to break into this hill. 242 for St. Clair. They only need 8 points. It's going to be a contest. They do not know where Skatu is. He's playing really sneaky there, but they will actually be able to clean him up. Now, St. Clair holding this hill again, only 5 points away from closing out the Series 1 playoff game. And, yeah, but that's going to be Miyagi answering back, finding 5 in a row. Going to be real tough on Bethany here. St. Clair only needs 2 points. The contest is down. Bethany going to be securing this hill now, but St. Clair's still got those back spawns. So we got a 248, 173 still. Swizz going to be trying to answer back. Going to find 1 before he falls. Going to get that contest time for a little bit. Corius MP going to find Hawk. Lost going to get the triple kill. But now St. Clair in favor of the hero point. All they need is 1 more point. And they're going to close it out. And that is going to be round 1 of TESPA COD playoffs in favor of St. Clair over Bethany College. 3-1. And we will be moving on to play Ottawa now. I believe they've already won their game. Yep, Ottawa University Gold has already won their game. So next up, guys, St. Clair Saints versus Ottawa University Gold. That's going to be Ottawa University, Kansas, not to get mixed up with any other schools. But, yeah, I mean, great game from St. Clair, that hard point. They fixed all of their mistakes that we were talking about. The rotations, crucial. They're everything. And it proved that they fixed it right there, leading the game by 75 points and closing it out. Now, St. Clair taking the series 3-1, right off the hop of things. Danners, what do you think about that? How do you think St. Clair's looking so far going into playoffs?
That was much better. I honestly thought that when we brought ourselves to the hard point once again, that we would be having ourselves a Game 5 situation versus Bethany. But, like I say time and time again, I love to be wrong. We didn't need the Search and Destroy to make it work this time by. I do need to quickly do some adjustments before we do hop into our next playoff match. Of course, some of the overlays might have looked a little bit out of whack, so I want to make sure that we're set because we're going to have at least another 2 matches here tonight. First up against, of course, the Ottawa University of Kansas, which, like we were talking about, we were kind of hyping them up a little bit earlier, that, like, top amateur players, borderline pro, these guys are going to be disgustingly good in the best way possible.
This is going to be St. Clair's hardest matchup through the whole playoff bracket, in my eyes, like by far, easily. There's going to be a really tough one for them to come out and win, to be honest. Ottawa University, Kansas, best team on paper in this whole league. and we're about to go up against them. So could be a little rough for St. Clair. We could see the losers bracket here coming up, but we at least secured ourselves to not get double first rounded, and we at least secured the self to we got the win under the belt. Feel good at least. We are guaranteed to not be in losers round 1 now, even if we lose this game. If we lose, we go right down to losers round 2. Gives us a bit of advantage. There's going to be, that means we go, we're going to be, you're guaranteed top 12 out of these top 16 already. So, not a bad start from St. Clair winning that first game. Now, let's see if they can answer back, do a little bit of work against Ottawa University, Kansas. But before we do that, we're going to have to take a quick break here, get some of these changes done for the production side of things. And we will see you guys all into the next series here versus Ottawa University, Kansas in round 2 of winners bracket and TESPA Call of Duty playoffs.